start out with Joe Bettner of the Norman Transcript, and then we'll go to Ryan Aber. Joe?
Hey, Creed. I was curious, just a few weeks ago, the players tweeting out hashtag we want to play. You were one of those guys that publicly, put your voice out there as, wanting to play this season. I'm curious, just with everything you've kind of went through this year with, opting to come back for this year before going to the NFL draft and potentially not having a season, what has it been like to, go through that uncertainty, as well as what went in that choice to kind of publicize your voice on all this?
Yeah, it's definitely been a weird time for sure. A lot of uncertainty going around and everything. But at the end of the day, this team we have a lot of goals this season. We believe we have a really talented team, and believe we can really make a lot of noise in the country this year. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like a team thing of we've done too much this year to not play. We understand the risks and everything. We understand what could come with it. But at the end of the day, this team wants to play, and we're going to do whatever it takes. And, with our training staff and everybody, they put together great protocols for us to, stay safe as we can. So they have our complete trust, and we definitely want to play this season.
That's great.
We'll go to Ryan Aber of the Oklahoman, and then Eric Bailey.
Yeah, Creed, sort of along those lines, did you give any thought to the potential of opting out and why or why not? And what's it like practicing in a mask, especially for an offensive lineman?
Yeah, no, there was never really any thought of me opting out. I came back to play this fall, so that's my goal, and that's what I plan to do no matter what. So I never really thought about opting out or anything. As far as the mask go, the first couple of practices, it was a little bit to get used to for sure. But, as the practices go on, you get a lot more used to it. And it's really not too bad anymore. You really don't even think about it during practice or anything. So.
Eric Bailey of the Tulsa World, and then Lee Benson.
Creed, we just got done talking a little bit to Deshaun, and he talked about just how disciplined the coaches are making you guys be. As a team leader, how important is it for you to really keep your teammates accountable and on track with making sure they do everything they can do to stay away from this virus?
Yeah, it's extremely important, for leaders on this team to really, step up and police it ourselves along with the coaches, because at the end of the day, if they hear a leader talking about it and being so serious about it, then they're going to be much more inclined to follow it too. So not only are they hearing it from the coaches, but they're also hearing it from other players and their leaders. So it's very important for guys on this team that are leaders to step up and really police it.
Thanks, Creed.
Lee Benson with KWTV, and then Jason Kersey.
Hey, Creed, I got kind of a big picture type question to ask you. Being a local kid, whenever you signed on at Oklahoma, you excel here, become one of the team leaders. Is that about what you expected whenever you signed on to play at Oklahoma?
Man, it's been a dream of mine to be able to, come in and play and contribute as a player on this team my whole life. So, as soon as I, got that offer and committed and came in here, man, that was of course my goal. Now, the way things unfolded, I got to step into that role fast, probably faster than I thought I would. But, I was really excited about that. It's a dream come true. And, not many kids, get this opportunity to be playing for their dream school, their dream team. So it's been awesome.
Just one quick follow-up. You said that you took that role or had a chance maybe quicker than you thought you would. What happened there? Why is that? Why do you think you got that shot earlier than maybe you thought you would?
Really just committing myself to being the best player I could be every day. I came in here and I was just my mind was made up that no matter what day it is, no matter how I'm feeling about that day, anything like that, I'm going to come in and give it my all. So, it's one of those things. I didn't want to let myself down in that. And then also, I don't want to let the team down and me not, giving my full effort every day. Because then, if I don't give my full effort, it's not only hurting me, but it's also hurting the whole team. So that's one of my biggest things is, I'm going to come in and give full effort in everything I do every single day, no matter how I feel.
Thanks, Creed.
Okay, Jason Kersey with The Athletic, and then John Hoover.
Hey, Creed. During the spring, Lincoln had said that despite you guys playing pretty well most of last year, it wasn't up to your standards. And I'm wondering, do you feel like with this group that you have coming back that you are going to meet those standards this year? And so how do you feel about the group at this stage?
Yeah, this group has, as much talent as a group I've been around since I've been here, man. We have some amazing players. We have really good depth this year. We have a lot of guys with experience now, and they know, how the games are going to go, what they need to do to prepare for games now. So, I can really see us having a huge step this year and really being, a great unit for sure and really meeting those standards.
John Hoover with SI Sooners, and then Kerry Murdoch.
Hey, Creed. To kind of a follow-up on that question, back when the spring football started, Lincoln told us that there were probably going to be possibly wholesale changes across the front. And what I'm wondering is Oklahoma's one of the few teams in the country that can say we're returning all 5 starters. How are those changes kind of playing out in preseason so far? How's the chemistry going? Guys maybe experimenting at different positions, that kind of thing.
It's been good. At the end of the day, Coach B is going to play, the 5 guys that he thinks that they can put out, the best unit. So, and no matter how it goes, we're going to be fully approved of that. So, we're really, really excited. Everybody in this group isn't, a selfish guy. So they understand that, if they might get passed up, then, that's for the team. But, everybody's really been, busting their butts all fall camp. We've had a lot of great competition, and it's been awesome. There's been a lot of improvement this fall camp.
Thanks.
Okay, Kerry Murdoch with Sooner Scoop and Sports Animal, and then James Hale. Kerry?
Hey, Creed, how you doing? I'm curious, you guys come back from that week off, and when you left, everybody kind of predicted it was going to be doomsday for college football. I'm curious, from your perspective, is it since the team has returned, since the Big 12 has said, okay, we're going to move forward and try and play a season, has that created a chance for everybody to kind of reset and dedicate themselves maybe to practicing in the season and everything that goes into it, just being 100% in?
Yeah, our mentality this whole fall camp has been, we're planning on playing. So we're going to come in and we're going to, bust our butts every single day like we're going to have a season. And once the news came out, that we are planning to go ahead, the Big 12 is planning to go ahead, that it really didn't come as like a big, oh crap, now we got to, start busting our butts. We were already doing that before. So we were all, really excited, but we were treating it like business as usual. We were going to come in and, work our tails off and get after it, improve every single day. And that's how it's been. And it's been really good so far. So.
Okay, James Hale with KREF, and then Brandon Drum.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. And Creed, thanks for coming on. Creed, last year you had to block against Neville Gallimore. He's just drafted in the 3rd round. Now he's going to play with the Dallas Cowboys this year. Tell us about the new guys, Perrion Winfrey, Kelly, Ellis. Those are some of the new guys you're battling now in practice every day. What kind of competition has it been, and how formidable have they been?
They've been great. They've been guys that have really bought into the system. They really bought into Coach Grinch and what he preaches. So they've been doing a great job. They came back in great shape, and they came back. You could tell they were studying too. So they've been doing a great job. And they're gonna. I can see them doing pretty good this year for sure. I think they're gonna have a great year. I'm really excited to watch them.
Thanks.
Okay, Brandon Drum with OU Insider, and then Caleb McCory. Brandon?
Agreed. You went from being the youngster to the old man in the unit now. You got several guys returning, obviously, on the line. But as far as the young guys that came in, is there several guys that have kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, they've all been doing a great job. During, that quarantine period where we weren't up here, we got to, do a lot of film with them, really get in the playbook and dive deep into that with them. So, they came in probably more mentally ahead of where they would have been if they didn't have that time, honestly. So, they came in. There really hasn't been too much of a drop-off of, them not really knowing what they're doing or anything like that. They've came in, pretty much knowing what to do on every play. So it's been good. There's been really all of them have done a great job. It's really exciting to see. They came to this program to, continue the tradition of having such a great offensive line. Having the best offensive line in the country. So they really bought into that, and they've been working their tails off.
Okay, Caleb McCory with OU Daily, and then Myron Patton.
Hello, Creed. Over the past 6 months, especially with the uncertainty of the 2020 season, what have you and your teammates been doing about preserving mental health? How important has that been to you guys?
That's been a huge thing for sure. With everything that's been going on this year, that can be really mentally draining for everybody on this team. So that was one thing, as a leadership group, we wanted to focus on is, just making sure everybody is, feeling well mentally, because that can be such a, what's happened throughout all the events that have happened in 2020 can be very mentally draining on a team. So that was one of the biggest things we wanted to focus on for sure. We've done a great job as leadership guys. We've done a great job of, really just checking in on everybody, and everybody's been checking in on every single person in this team. It hasn't just been me checking with the offensive line guys. It's been a guy like D. White, a guy like Delarian Turner-Yale, different guys like that, just checking in with every single group. It hasn't been just, I'm going to stick to my group and that's it. It's been everybody checking on everybody. So I think that's really brought us a lot closer as a team for sure. And, doing something like that is, it's really important though, because like I said, it can be what's happened is, throughout all of 2020 it's been a crazy year. So that's one of the things that we highlighted as a leadership group, was to make sure that, we were checking in on everybody's, mental state for sure.
Thanks, Creed.
Yep.
Our last two questions for Creed will go to Myron Patton with Fox 25 and Sam Kahn. Myron?
Yeah, Creed, when you started moving to the starting lineup, you were kind of the new guy with Orlando Brown and those guys. Last year, you were kind of the guy that kind of, I guess, would hold guys' hands, so to speak. You were the veteran. Now you guys have played together. Just kind of talk about your role and leadership, how it's gone from when you started to now, and just how things are going.
Yeah, my mentality of, when I first, started playing to now hasn't really changed too much. I'm going to, be that guy that leads by example. I'm going to give it my all every practice, and I'm going to make sure people are seeing that. And, if people aren't doing what they're supposed to do, I'm gonna get on them and try to bring them up for sure. So it really hasn't changed too much from whenever I was the young guy to now. Everybody around here is a mature guy. They all want to be the best that they can be. So they've been, pretty good about that anyways. But so I haven't really had to do too much of that. Just it's been about the same as it has been since I started here.
Okay, last one to Sam Kahn.
Hi, Creed. Appreciate your time. I'm curious, during the time when you guys were not on campus and you were having to, do your own workouts during quarantine, I guess, what do you do from a skill standpoint when you don't necessarily have someone to work out with, or, someone to go up against one-on-one, things like that? As a lineman, what do you do during that time?
Yeah, we have drills that we did every single day, and we made sure everybody was doing it. We'd have people sending videos and things like that just to make sure everybody was getting their work in. But we had plenty of drills to do every single day, things like that. Just working on steps, working on, hand placement, things like that. And we had a big emphasis on that during that time off, because we didn't, have that. We didn't really get that, thing of everybody being in one place to where we could all do it together. So we had to make sure everybody was, on top of that for sure, because we do drills like that every single day when we're together. So that was a big thing. But just everybody was sending in videos, so everybody knew they were getting their work in.